Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Narad Muni continues telling the Puranjana history to King Prachin Barhi. He said, one day King Puranjana decided to go for hunting. Hunting is an act of a king. Once in a while, king goes to forest, hunting ferocious animals. By doing so, he learns the art of fighting with an enemy. Just to learn the art of fighting, king goes for hunting. He don't go to hunt innocent, harmless animals. No. He don't hunt to eat meat, just to learn the art of fighting with ferocious enemies in the battlefield. So Puranjana lifted his great bow and imperishable quiver. He put golden armor on his chest and sat on the swiftly moving chariot and took 11 army chiefs with him. His chariot was harnessed by 5 horses who were very swift in running. He sat on that chariot and left for Panchaprastha forest. The forest was named as a Panchaprastha. In his chariot, there were two wheels, 1 seat, and he put 2 hand grenades in it. It had 1 axle and 3 beautifully looking flags. By flags, see the flag of a chariot, the fighter is recognized, what kind of fighter he is, how great he is, like that. So he had 3 flags, not just 1. He had 1 rein to control the horses. He had 2 yokes. The chariot had 2 yokes. Usually had 1 yoke, but his chariot was special, having 2 yokes. We will explain all this soon. He kept 5 kinds of weapons in the chariot, besides those 2 hand grenades. This chariot was covered with 7 layers of different covering. And the chariot was constructed with nice gold and very nicely decorated it was. It would move in 5 different styles, 5 different ways. And it had 5 strings tied to it. It had 5 obstacles that would face. And 1 seat for the boss to sit and one driver for the chariot. As an explanation, the soul is the seater, owner. Charioteer. And chariot driver is the super soul, Paramatma. This chariot is called body. Atmanam rathinam vidhi sariram ratham iti uchyate. The soul is the owner of this chariot, and soul's chariot is the body. And it had one seat, means one heart, in which the soul sits. And super soul drives the chariot. This body, human body, is like that of a constructed with gold, because it is the best among all categories of bodies. It is decorated nicely, means all his senses of the human body are fructified better than others. They also have senses. Animals, birds, beasts, reptiles, everybody has a soul. But that body is not suitable to be said to be made of gold, means is not that improved in consciousness. The sitting position of the charioteer is one seat, that is heart. It sits there. Three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, are compared to three flags by which the living entity works in this world. When the living entity is influenced by goodness, remains peaceful, calm, thoughtful, and worships God or demigod. When the living entity is influenced by passion, becomes angry, creative, earns money, builds bricks. Like that. When is influenced by ignorance, becomes cruel, thoughtless, sleepy, ununderstanding, procrastinating, like that. Puranjana left for hunting. He was influenced by ignorance. In cruel mood, he left. And thus he will torment the innocent animals there in the forest. Panchaprastha is the name of the forest. The meaning of it is that he used his 5 working senses to move hands, legs, mouth, rectum, genital. 5 horses were harnessed in the horse, swift ones. That is 5 knowledge acquiring senses. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and touch. Like that. These horses are very quick. They move. Knowledge acquiring senses very quickly catch things. He kept 2 hand grenades, signifies that false ego and arrogancy. They are inside. False ego and arrogancy, my and mine, my body, my wife, my money, they are mine, like that. This kind of false ego and ownership is the result of arrogancy. This chariot had 2 wheels. Usually chariots have 4 wheels. But this chariot has 2 wheels. That is sinful and pious deeds that move this chariot. Person does sinful deeds or pious deeds, and or pious deeds, depends. That's how living entity moves forward in his life, in her life. There are 3 plagues and on the chariot. They were bile, air, and mucus, like that. That's how the body is known. And this makes one person think bile, air, and mucus moving balanced, or one of them becomes imbalanced, person seen different. If they are balanced, then person acts very good. There were 5 strings tied to it. That is 5 life airs: prana, apana, pyana, udana, samana. The breath goes out, breath goes down as wind. Breath digests, warps, and moves all over the body like that. As blood circulation, keeps blood circulating to maintain the body. There were 7 coverings of the chariot, means there are 7 coverings to the body. The first covering is the skin. Second covering is the flesh. Third covering is the fat. Fourth covering is the blood. Fifth covering is the bone. Sixth covering is marrow. Seventh covering is the semen or ovum. There are 7 coverings of this body like chariot. Chariot-like body. There are 3 more separate coverings. They are subtle. They are mind, intelligence, and false ego that makes Sukma Sariram. Then there are 5 obstacles on the way, pathway. They are earth, water, fire, air, and ether. That is the obstacle. For spiritual advancement keeps one totally ignorant if they are unknowledgeable and not care about receiving knowledge. There was one rein to control the horses, and that is mind. Mind is mana eva manushyaranam karanam bandha mokshayo. Mind is the very important to control. The soul is encased inside the heart. There is one seat. There are 2 influencing items in the body. That is anxiety and illusion. They keep the living entity tied to ignorance, thus remain in the cycle of birth and death. He took 11 commanders with him. That is 5 working senses plus 5 knowledge acquiring senses and 1 mind. There were 11 total senses. Panchaprastha, forest, he went, means 5 sense objects. He went. Everybody goes there. That is to hear nice sound, to taste nice things, items, to hear beautiful music, and to smell somebody or some fragrance, full incense or so, and to touch a beautiful person, female. If he's a male or if it's a female, then touching the male, like that. These 5. Leaving the wife behind was impossible for Puranjana because he was very attached to her. But today, he did not care about his wife. He lifted his bow and arrow and went for hunting. When somebody becomes lusty and that person, lusty person, becomes blind, called kamandha in Sanskrit, blind by uncontrollable lust. Uncontrollable lust. And over that, false ego and arrogancy, then is over blind. Such a person does not care about anybody. Don't want to listen to anybody. Who are you to tell me anything? That humble person don't say like that. So, being in such a situation, person works as per their wish. Does not want to listen to anybody. Puranjan was in this situation. He was very lusty and he was proud of what he possessed. What anybody possesses, naturally proud. Mamata pai kahi madanai. Prabhuta pai kahi madanai. Position, good position, and wealth creates pride. Like that. So, such people do not like to follow any scriptural injunctions. Don't like to follow saintly people. They think saintly people are all bogus. Thus, working as per his wish, he left his wife. Usually, he would take his wife with him or go with his wife. Never left his wife alone. But today he left alone because he wanted to meet some other ladies. A person enjoys more others' wives besides his own wife. Likes to enjoy others' wives. That is the nature of man. Parakiya and Swakiya in the scriptures. Parakiya and Swakiya. Swakiya means own wife, to whom you are married, or own husband. When we talk about man, because I am a man, so I talk man, but it is also applied to women. Person is married to their spouse, that is called Swakiya. But the spouse goes to others, it's called Parakiya. When man goes to another woman besides his wife, that is called Parakiya. When woman goes to another man besides her husband, that is called Parakiya. So 10 times more pleasure is thought to be had by Parakiya relation, like that. So, He did not care about taking his wife today. He thought, today I will be killing many animals, but I will not kill ferocious animals. I will kill innocent animals. Usually kings go and fight ferocious animals. Ferocious animals got one nature. They come to the person running to kill. And the person who is going to learn the art of killing fights with that ferocious animal. Animals who are not ferocious, they run from the person. They don't come near person. The nature of ferocious is runs towards you. Those who are covered with the demonic nature, they like killing. They like to eat meat, fish, eggs, onion, garlic, smoke, take intoxication. Like that. There are two natures inside the everyone. Person. Good and bad. Wants to do good to others, wants to do bad to others. Some people are totally covered with ignorance. They think good things are bad. Parvritincha nibritincha, janana vidurasura. Demonic nature. They think good things to be bad and bad things to be good. Killing animal, they think it's good. There is neither good nature nor bad nature. It's total ignorant nature. Because good nature can become sometimes bad and bad nature can turn into good. But those who are totally covered, you cannot teach them. They don't know what is good and they don't want to know what is good. That is called ajnana andhakara. In this situation, person cannot make right decision, correct decision. It is difficult to find what nature person is passing through at present. By seeing his or her actions, a learned person, a wise person can recognize that what nature is passing, consciousness. Nature is passing through what consciousness that person has, like that. When living entity becomes covered by darkness of ignorance, does only bad things. Therefore, he wants to eat meat, drink wine, associate frivolously, freely with other genders, like that. When Puranjana reached in the jungle, he killed many innocent animals. That was due to his greed or desire for killing. Person who is bound by scriptures will kill only limited. And what is stated in the scriptures, that kind of killing he will do. He usually is good for hunting. That is only ferocious animals. The scriptures say, do not kill anybody without any reason, uselessly, fruitlessly, wastingly. Do not kill anyone. Mahinsya sarvabhutani. Don't kill anyone. If somebody kills somebody, that is not correct. That requires punishment. Such kind of binding is written in the scriptures. Those who are pious, they follow scriptural injunctions and stay away from bad habits. to keep people governed within the law. The sages and saintly people wrote scriptures. The Lord himself spoke it. And the sages put that in writing. But at present, it is Kali Yuga. There are many people who want to eat meat. And they eat meat. They open slaughterhouses everywhere. They sell meat, kill innocent animals who are harmless. Cows, deer, pigs, horses, camel. Donkeys. They're eating donkeys. Whatnot. In Sanskrit, the word meat is called mamsaha. Mam-saha. Two words used. Meat. Word made into mamsa means meat. Mam means me. Saha means with him. I'm eating him with me. Means he will eat me in future because I'm eating him now. That's what it means. The Taittiriya Upanishad speaks more vividly about this word mamsaha. Mamsa bhakshayata mutra yasya mamsam ehadmiham. Whoever's meat right now I'm eating, that living entity will eat me in my future. Means when I will take another birth. Because meat eater cannot get liberation. One who don't have liberation will prone to take another birth. But such meat eaters are condemned in the scriptures. Therefore, they glide down to hell and suffer there and come back, become that category of living entity, and that living entity became human being and eats. Like a boomerang. Whatever deed you do, that's all you reap. Whatever seed you plant, that's all you reap. That's what they say here in the Western world. In Sanskrit, it's called kartum, so bhoktum. Whatever you do, that's also you reap. You have to experience that consequences, that act like that. Devotees don't do such things. If they did, they get no reaction. Devotees don't do these things. Not possible. By chance, they did. Due to some destiny, they don't get reaction. Their reaction don't touch them. Lord governs them. Lord covers them with his transcendental potency called Devi Maya. Mahatmanastu mam partha Devi prakriti masritaha. Your devotee is covered with Devi prakriti, Vishnu Maya. Therefore, normal Maya cannot touch him. No consequences of sin or sinful reactions can affect a pure devotee. Eating meat is not wise act because person glides down to hell and takes a lower birth. Having a human birth and becoming a chicken, next life pig or a cow, and unable to communicate with anyone. What kind of life it is. So such a bad, heinous act is meat eating. Those who are real sinners, they eat meat, fish, onions, garlic, drink wine, whiskey, hard liquors, tea, coffee, smoke cigarette, marijuana. These are sinners. They are human beings now, will glide down to hell and come back with other suffering living entity somewhere. One should be very careful. Should not copulate as a man with somebody else's woman, as a woman with somebody else's man, and should not gamble, cheat, bluff, make a show, become heretic. It's not allowed in departure from this world. One should not play with their life doing such heinous activities. These are called heinous activities. Narada Muni explains to King Prachinabharhi further. He says, Ya evam karmaniyatam vidvan kurvita manava karmana tena rajendra nasa jnanena lipyate. A person who is situated in knowledge, a wise person, will not do anything which is not governed by scriptures. Everything such a person does is all pure, perfect, because every act of them is governed by scriptures. And whatever such person does, don't bring any reaction to experience. Anyone who don't want to follow scriptures, want to do as per their wish, they think, what? Scriptures, scriptures. I want to do what I want to do. Such people, they reap the consequences and experience it. Their intelligence works reverse to them. Their intelligence don't work right. Due to which they glide down to hell and take birth and lower species of life. Like that. Narada Muni told King Prachinabharhi this. Then he carries on continuing the history of Puranjana. Being hurt, pierced by the arrows of Puranjana, animals were suffering greatly. He was such, he would half kill many animals, he would kill many animals. He would leave them suffering, bleeding hands and legs. So painful. When wise people or saintly person or devotees saw it, they felt tormented, felt hurt in their heart. They could not tolerate his acts, his actions, because he killed rabbits, pigs, forest cows. Such cows don't give milk. Any cows don't give milk, they're called forest cows. And deer, and many other innocent, pious, harmless animals he killed. Puranjana was prone to break all the rules of the scriptures. He did not care. Because he did not care of breaking scriptural rules, he became criminal in the eyes of Mother Nature. Mother Nature makes such people who break the law of scriptures suffer in due course of time. May not be right away. Like that. Nobody, no criminal is left without punishment by Mother Nature, demigods, or divine authorities. Everybody has to go through their consequences. Those who are saintly, they feel tormented by such acts of cruel people. And the divine authority, demigods, or Mother Nature don't like to see their devotees feel pain. Thus they give reward, punishment to them, to correct them. Like that. And sinful people is very difficult to correct. Even though they suffer a lot, they still don't want to be corrected. They always go against scriptures. Yas sastra vidhim utsrujya vartate kamakarata na sa siddhim avapnoti na sukham na parama. Three things they don't get. They don't have success in life. They don't have happiness and pleasure all the time. Plus they don't have liberation. End of the life. It's useless. Don't break scriptural rules. Shastrayo nitvat, Vedanta says, Vedanta Sutra, must act as per scriptural injunctions. Follow scripture. Let the scriptures be your eyes and power of decision making. Those who are honestly pious, the real devotees, they tell their followers, don't eat meat, drink wine, don't eat fish, eggs, onion, garlic, don't smoke marijuana, tea, and all that. They will teach. But there are many showboats. They are scared they will lose their followers. They don't tell them. They have no spiritual potency to keep their devout followers under their control on their own behalf with their own instructions. They have to use somebody else from previous Āchārya. Do it for my Guru. What is this going on? Such people don't tell. And those who do this sinful deeds, 1/6 of them come to this heretic showboat. Guru, so-called Swāmī, sannyasi, or yogi, or jnani, whoever he is, usually is he. No she can become Guru. Scriptures don't allow female to become Guru. Don't allow, not possible. So, those who are sinners, sometimes they are seen to be enjoying life. They are just enjoying because their past good deeds, the merits are come. So they are enjoying this life. Whatever deed they are doing now will come back and haunt them in future life. Whatever you do, that is deposited there with the interest, it comes and takes you up. Will haunt. Therefore, best is to correct one's nature, remain governed by scriptures, and follow a saintly devotee. If we do so, success in our hands. Thank you very much.